What's going on, everyone? This is Fred from MyVapes.com, and today we're going to take a look at the penny mod. The penny mod, created by Mad Industries, located in Orange County, California, consists of a full copper construction that includes an adjustable 510 connection and a recessed bottom firing switch. The penny mod is available in either 18650 or 18500 battery sizes. The 510 connection has a two-way adjustment, one for the atomizer and one to prevent battery rattle. What makes this mod so unique is its switch. This spring-loaded switch includes a real penny press-fitted into the housing. With its full copper construction and its sleek design, makes this penny mod a must-have. Whew. Copper mods are the sh. Alright, so I first started seeing this on Instagram. I couldn't find a whole lot of information on it, but once I saw it, I knew that I had to have it. What makes this mod unique is that it's a full copper mod and that the bottom switch is not only recessed, but it actually has a real US penny press-fitted into the switch. So kind of a unique look to that. Now, it's made by Mad Industries, and they're located in Orange County, California, so it is a local company that's making this, produced in the USA, of course. And so far, I really enjoy using this mod. So like with most copper mods, you're going to get very low voltage drop, and that's due to the conductivity of copper itself. So this is definitely a very, very hard hitter. Now, I have a tugboat Addy on this penny mod, and it's just giving this huge kick to the back of my throat. It's definitely hitting hard. And this is only 6 milligrams of nicotine. So I've had this for a little over a week now, and it's definitely building up a nice patina. When I first got it on the very first day, as soon as I opened it up, I did polish it down with some metal polish. But after about a week's use, I mean, it's definitely building up some patina, which looks really good. And the build quality on this is top notch. And that's what you expect from a USA made product. You're gonna get very nice quality materials and very nice machining. Every single thread on this is buttery smooth. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at all the parts. Alright, so this is how you get your penny mod. You get a nice little tin like this with their logo on. Very nice touch. And when you open it up, you will see your penny mod right there. So the mod is wrapped in a coin wrapper, which is a nice touch. Definitely appreciate presentation. So then just go ahead and slide the mod out. Slides out, just like that. There you go. And there's your mod. Alright, so here's your penny mod. As you can see, it's a full copper tube. And it's got some nice patina on it. This is after about a little over a week of use. I did polish it up the very first day I received it, so this is about a week of patina. And here is the penny switch. Very nice switch. And here's the 510 connection. So let me start off with the 510 connection. It's standard threading, and it does have an adjustable pin. Pretty standard. You twist one out to adjust for the atomizer pin, and then the second pin on the bottom you adjust out for any type of battery rattle. So let me take this off. It's full copper contacts, and you adjust that pin out to prevent any battery rattle. So it goes in, there's a little insulator cup right here for your 510, and you just screw the pin in. Standard threading. And now let's take a look at the switch. Now the switch, the locking ring is standard threading. However, the actual threads on the switch is reverse threaded. So you actually have to turn clockwise to remove it. So again, full copper contacts. So clockwise to unlock, counterclockwise to lock. Very nice threading, very easy to grab this locking ring. So if you want to take this apart, what you do is just press the switch so it comes up, undo this screw right here. This is what actually makes contact with the battery. Standard threading for this one, so counterclockwise to loosen, and this just comes straight out. And there's the spring. And here's the actual switch with the penny. Very, very nice. So the penny itself is not part of the conductivity of this mod, because as many of you may know, a penny these days is not made with a lot of copper. So it's purely for design and looks. It is press fitted in, it's not glued in, it's press fitted. Very, very nice throw. Very smooth, not crunchy at all. And if you place it down, it's not going to fire because it is recessed. And here is the tube. Very, very nice machining with the Mad Industry logo laser etched. Not much else on this tube. So not all tubes are serialized. Only the first 151 18650 tubes and the first 151 18500 tubes were serialized. So I have number 101. Now the total production of this mod is 1,000 units of the 18650 and 1,000 units of the 18500. So let's take a look at some of the problems that people have been having. So if you look at this tube right now, you'll see that there's no gaps in the top cap, no gaps in the switch. Now the way that you're supposed to install your atomizer is you take off your top cap, you take your atomizer, here's the tugboat, you install your atomizer onto the 510 connection, and then you adjust this pin out to make it sit flush. Then you adjust the pin back in to make sure you're getting a good connection. After that, you're supposed to install the top cap. And that's how it's supposed to look. A nice flush look. However, what's happening is once you insert your battery and you try to screw on the top cap, that battery, depending on which battery you're using, can be too long, which is leaving a gap right there. So now it still fires. So it's still firing, but doesn't look very good. So another option you can do is take off the atomizer, tighten up this pin a little bit more, insert it back on to the tube, and then put your atomizer in. So then that'll leave the gap on the atomizer. Now again, it still fires. Some people don't like that. Now there is a fix to it. This doesn't happen to all atomizers. For example, I'm going to get out my K-Fun clone. So here's my K-Fun clone. Now again, if I remove the top cap, I insert my K-Fun, loosen up the pin, thread it back down so it sits flush, and tighten up the pin, and then I insert it into the mod. So as you can see, this is completely flush and it fires. So not all atomizers will have a gap, but like I said, there is a fix. Now I've been following Mad Industries on Instagram. You can find them at Mad Vapor. What they're telling us to do, which is basically a pretty simple fix, is just take out this pin this adjustable pin. Now, I don't know if you'll be able to see this. This pin right here is rounded at the top. So all you have to do is just sand this down flat. So it's actually a pretty simple fix, and it's actually going to make better contact with the atomizer with this piece being flat instead of rounded. It kind of sucks that you have to do that, but it's pretty easy to fix. So I haven't done it to mine yet because I want to film it like this, but that is something that I'm going to do. So even with some small seams and gaps like that, it's not too bad. Taking off some of that nub on the pin will fix everything up for you. This is a really, really nice looking mod. It's well built, so that should do it for the close-up. So there's a lot of great things about this mod. It's made entirely of copper. Copper tubing, copper contacts, everything is copper. Everything that I've put on this has been able to screw down. Now, some atomizers will leave that little gap that I showed you in the close-up, but that can be fixed just by sanding down that little nub on the contact pin. The switch is absolutely fantastic. It's a very, very light spring, which is great because it is recessed, so you don't need to have a very sturdy spring. If you can set it down and not even have it fire. The locking ring is fantastic. It is standard threading, and it is just buttery smooth. I like how it's nice and big for the locking ring. Some mods like the Nemesis, where it has that very thin locking ring, that always gets stuck on me, and that's one of the biggest annoyances that I have with mods. So when I was looking for a copper mod, the switch was very important to me. I wanted something that was recessed because I work at my desk a lot, and I just need something that I could set down without locking. But also when I do want to lock it, I want it to be easy. I want something that was big, that was easy to grab, that I could turn without it getting stuck. So this kind of fit everything that I was looking for. And that penny, that is pretty. Now there are a few downsides. Nothing major that would prevent me from wanting to buy this, but there's a few annoyances. First off, I could not find any information on this product, and that was a big negative for me. Now, I first found out about this mod on Instagram, started seeing pictures of it, and I instantly fell in love. But as I dove deeper and tried to find out more information about this mod, there's absolutely nothing to be found. I couldn't find out what was the contact pin like on the 510 connection. I couldn't find out, how is the switch built? Was it a spring? Was it a magnetic switch? Couldn't find that out. And as you see on the serial number, I have one. I have a 101 as a serial number. But how many were serialized? Couldn't find that out. So it actually took me several hours to kind of gather as much information as I could from different sources. Forums, Instagrams, the manufacturer's website. It took me a while to kind of put together all the knowledge that I needed to make the decision in purchasing this product. So that's kind of a bummer. I mean, if you're launching a brand new product, I feel like as a manufacturer, you should be giving out as much information about that product as you can so that your potential customers know exactly what they're buying. I mean, a lot of these were done on pre-orders online, so nobody really got to physically hold this device. And that to me was a huge negative. It's just not having any information to make my judgment. But with that said, I mean, I did purchase this. I'm extremely happy with it. So that's definitely a negative side, but it's something that I can overlook. Now, another negative aspect is not all of your atomizers will sit flush by default. So you can sand down that little nub on the copper contact, and that'll give you a little bit more adjustability for different size atomizers. And that will give you that flush look. And it should give you better contact as well, because right now that contact is rounded. So when you sand it off, it's going to be flat and it's going to make full contact with the pin on the atomizer. So again, that is somewhat of a negative because you have to modify it. But it's something that I can overlook again because it does perform so well. Another negative that I see, a slight negative, it's not really a big deal, but this threading on the switch, it's very short. It's smooth threading, but it's short and it's reverse threaded. So you turn clockwise to loosen. And as I'm loosening it, because there's so little threading on this, sometimes it almost drops. It kind of drops in my hand because I'm expecting it to have just a little bit more threads. But overall, I mean, this is a well made device. And if I had to make the decision all over again, I still would have bought this because it's pretty fantastic. It's really that good. So if you can find this, pick it up because I personally have absolutely no regrets. It's definitely a must buy. So that's all I got for you today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.